welcome to week 9 of Ironman Texas training. I obviously have a guest co-host with me today, my wife Karen, who's here to, I guess, kind of talk a little bit about what it's like to be living with a person who's going through this process of becoming an Ironman and how difficult it can be on personal life, but I guess when you have a dream and you support your significant other, you just go for it. So this past week was relatively light in terms of training. Most days was 45 minutes to an hour at the most, as we both were racing the Stonebridge Ranch Half Marathon on Saturday. The race report was posted yesterday, and you can find it under race reports at the top of the menu bar there. Congratulations to you for coming in second place and setting a 5-minute PR, which is rather impressive. So why don't you tell the folks at home what it's like to actually have to live with a person training for an Ironman, not living with me personally, but just a person training for Ironman.
He naps a lot. This is the guy that I want you guys to all know about. I don't know if you can see that, but that is an ex-7-Eleven employee. When I first met Jason, he was getting into running, but then actually I got him into cycling, and we did the MS 150 together, and then it took off. And now he does a lot of training, and I don't see him a lot, and when I do see him, he's asleep on the couch. But that's okay, because it gives me a lot of time to watch NCIS. We coordinate our lives pretty well. When he's not training, he's watching my son, and I'm training. And then we spend afternoons together on Sundays.
Yeah, well, and on the weekends when the little guy's with his dad, we get back from training fairly early, around 10:30 between the two of us, and we end up having the rest of the day to each other, which usually involves naps.
And NCIS.
And NCIS. We're very good at both of those. But, it's not an easy task to train for an Ironman. It's a lot harder even on your spouse. Because they take on the responsibility of having to actually clean the house. If you have children, take care of the children while you're out and about for 4 or 5 hours riding a bike or running or whatever it may be. But I think there's some reward to it. Like she showed you, I used to look like that guy right there. And I obviously don't look like that guy anymore. I've lost a significant amount of weight, probably close to 25 pounds since that picture was taken. I think being able to accomplish these tasks in terms of pushing your body and your mind to certain limits really instills some confidence in you that you take into your personal life as well. And I think the other part of it is you develop a very strong relationship. As Karen said, we have to coordinate our schedules, intertwine them together, especially for the two of us, because she's training for half marathons constantly as well, and doing a lot of her own running and boot camps, and being a mommy, which is obviously a job in and of itself. And then you've also got, you're going to be running your first Ultra this coming summer at El Scorcho in July.
Midnight race in Texas, hot. And then my first triathlon in August. We'll see how that goes.
So, we're very active people, but we manage to make it work. We make sure that, we do still have our quality time together. We still go out on dates. Sometimes those dates just involve us watching TV in our living room, but we get our personal time together. And one benefit, I think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is that with all of this training comes the racing part, which is the reward for all of this training. In less than a month, we're heading down to San Juan, Puerto Rico, to spend about 4 days down there, which includes a half Ironman race. And then we've got Maine and Arizona coming up this year.
Oklahoma.
and Oklahoma. Oh, what's it called? Ardmore?
A2A. Ardmore to Arbuckle or something like that.
It's a half marathon that we're racing in Oklahoma. Karen is definitely going to be racing the R&R San Diego half marathon this summer, and there's a potential for me to go there. So, we kind of take the time to schedule these mini vacations to go to these destination races, so to speak, and really get to see the country. I mean, we've been to California twice to race already. Not that it's a big deal, but we've been down to Austin a couple of times to race down there as well. So, we kind of just make it a point to spend some time together, determining what races we want to go to, and making sure that, again, that we don't lose sight of our relationship. I think that's really important. I think that's a message that people really should understand in terms of what they're getting into when it comes to Ironman training and racing, for that matter, and the toll that it takes on your spouse and your children. It can take the toll on too. My poor dog, she doesn't really get to see me that much, all that often. And but we are talking about getting a playmate for her, are we not?
My dog.
This is for you, Emily, Runny MZ. We're thinking about calling him Duke, for the Cameron Crazies. It is March Madness coming up, by the way. But we're not sure yet. Right now, his name is Saber. We're going to
changing that.
Be filling out the adoption papers and hopefully bringing home a nice 2-year-old boxer who just seems to be the most playful dog you've ever seen. And we'll give Ginger somebody to play with, as well as the little man of the house. He'll have another partner in crime here in the house, I guess you can say. So with that being said, just a quick brief review of my training this past week. Total about 14 hours, I think. The heaviest day was Sunday with 4 hours. Nice. With 4 hours of cycling in the saddle, which, by the way, Tri-Slide takes care of those saddle sores. No issues today. And obviously the race on Saturday at the Stonebridge Range Half Marathon. So this week coming up is going to be a little bit light again, an hour to an hour and a half each day, nothing too big.
Gives them more time to clean the house.
This weekend I'm going to be getting my RRCA certificate to coach people and create training plans for runners. So it's going to be a light week of training, but that's going to be an all-day event. And hopefully we'll be able to put that into our resume and maybe help some other folks out there who want to train for half marathons and marathons and really get this whole process going. So that's it from me. You have anything else you want to add to our video blog, our first video blog? Coming up, so be sure to check back for Karen's product review on these shorts. I'd tell you the name, but I don't remember it. But anyway, thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. If you've got anything to share as either the spouse or the loved one of a person who's training for Ironman or any sort of triathlon, give us a shout out and let us know how it's going for you guys. And if we can give you any helpful hints, we'd be more than happy to share them with you. Thanks for watching. See you next week.